It's pouring with rain, and I'm here at Cressbrook Dale. I've actually been quite ill for the past 36 hours. I've been asleep or in bed, hardly able to drink anything, let alone eat anything, and kind of getting that it's like the universe saying you just need to have some deep rest after the intensity of the past couple of weeks with the whole Derbyshire Police incident, which completely shattered my nervous system, I have to say. And it's like it's been very discombobulating and destabilizing. It's been interesting. The video, it's had getting on for 50,000 views now across Telegram and YouTube, and an overwhelming number of comments in support and just absolute outrage at the overreach of the authorities. And of course we've seen that here at Cressbrook Dale, where the Peak Park Authority they call themselves authorities, I've never given them my authority, where it's like they've forgotten basic fundamentals, and it's almost like that they've forgotten that they're public servants and they think they can do just what the hell they like. And I really get that some of us, me in particular, it's like they picked on the wrong person, because I'm not the kind of person just to obediently roll over, comply and let it go for the sake of a quiet life. And I do feel it's really important that these things are called out, because it's not just me that's at the receiving end of that. That's happening systematically day in, day out. And I'm sure it doesn't just end with Derbyshire Police. I'm sure that it happens in other police forces all the time. Right, Kobe's just done a poo. Let me just attend to that and I'll get back to you. Hold on. Okay. So just to digress a little, I've entered Kobe into Derbyshire Top Pet Contest. He's currently in the lead. I'm going to put the link below. You don't have to give your name or email address or data. They only collect your IP address, as I understand it, so it only takes 10 seconds. But if you would like to see Kobe on the front cover of Derbyshire Reflections magazine, the January edition, which comes out in December, then please vote Kobe. Yeah, he's currently, I think he's got something like 350 votes. Yeah, so that's quite sweet. So here we are. We're at Cressbrook Dale. It's actually wonderful to come here no matter what the weather. And being in the rain, it is a bit like a shamanic cleanse. So that in itself is very healing, and I've always found it very soothing and very healing to come back into nature, especially if I'm not feeling great, or if I'm feeling ill or a bit depressed, or out of sorts. I mean, just stepping into nature is a wonderful remedy. Just to step away from, I'm recording this on an iPhone, but just to step away from screens and doom scrolling and just to breathe fresh air and absorb the positive ions of the pristine chi of Cressbrook Dale. It's one of the least kind of polluted areas in the Peak District close to me. I'm not just talking about kind of fumes in the air. I'm talking about noise pollution as well. It's really, really still here. There's no sound of roads. You just get the occasional rumble of a jumbo jet going overhead. So yeah, there isn't a huge point to this video. I just wanted to check in. I wanted to thank everyone who has supported me. There've been I've had lots of private messages and emails and conversations with people. I've been gleaning advice on how to deal with the Derbyshire police incident, the Derbyshire Gestapo incident. I will put the link to the video below if you haven't seen it. It's quite incredible how it has been growing. I mean, just a couple of days ago it was just at 30,000 and now it's over 36,000. So I think YouTube might be putting it into, it might have sort of got into the algorithm, shall we say, or maybe people are just sharing it. But I really want to deal with the situation, not in a kind of malicious, vengeful way, but to deal with it in a common law way, because there has been harm, injury and loss caused, and I don't believe that anyone should be allowed to hide behind a uniform or a badge number. And so it is my intention to take action against all 4 individuals. So not just Chief Wrecker, as he was dubbed by Carrie at Loveland, Chief Wrecker, Sergeant Malloy, who was the guy with the pickaxe and the battering ram and the crowbar. I mean, just shocking, absolutely shocking. But it isn't just him, it's also the 3 who stood by and allowed it to happen. All 3 are police constables, all 3 are acting under their oath, witnessing a crime but not doing anything to stop it. And also the violation of my home, where it was quite clear that I did not give consent. I did not give consent at the gate. My gate has a lock on it with a sign saying visitors by appointment only, and we did not give consent to the police constables to enter the property, and yet they just kept walking. And so my rights, our rights, were completely and utterly violated. And we have to take a stand, as I said earlier, because if things are allowed to progress in this way, then we'll end up living in a totalitarian state. And it's really up to us to, as we the people, to say no, we don't consent. We're not going to tolerate this abuse of our rights, and also the abuse of the rights of people in other lands. I watched an amazing interview with Roger Waters, the Pink Floyd guy, who is an activist. And he was basically saying this is about Palestine and the people of Gaza, that we the people have to say no. And if the powers that be, the governments, do not honour and abide by the International Declaration of Human Rights, which was created in 1948 to ensure that what happened in 1930s Germany never happened again. Who's going to uphold that? If the governments are not going to uphold that, it's up to us, we the people, to uphold that declaration. And please do read the International Declaration of Human Rights. I know a lot of people have that problem with the word human. In Black's Law Dictionary, it defines as a monster, and we are men and women. We are all God's creations. We all have inalienable, God-given rights of freedom, liberty, the right to express, the right to live without being under threat, without our safety and security being violated. We have fundamental, basic rights. And this is the essence of common law. It was also enshrined in the International Declaration of Human Rights. There is also a Human Rights Act. But let's be really clear that all of these however they're termed into these legal statutes or charters, agreements, they're all rooted in fundamental common law rights, natural law. And it's up to us, we the people, to ensure and stand to make sure that everyone abides by those rights. And if the police aren't going to do it, and we pay them to do that job, if they aren't going to do it, then we the people have to intervene. And as allegedly Dave said to me, police constables, they more usually call themselves police officers, but in truth they are police constables acting under their oath to the King, which is to protect the people and their property and honouring everyone's rights in the process. So, as allegedly Dave said, they do not technically have any more rights than we, the people, have to police our society, to police how things are run, and to make sure that people's individual rights are not violated. And I know a lot of people are also, as part of this, withholding their support for government through withholding taxes. We've seen Starmer has announced, I'm headed to the steps, this was the steps, this is now a very treacherous, steep, muddy slope. Let me just show you, I'm going to turn the camera around. So there used to be steps here, and this is actually quite steep. You probably can't tell by the camera angle. Luckily, the limestone gravel has been not been completely removed. I'm actually walking on the grass verge because it's safer, but this is a treacherous steep slope, and again, this was done completely unlawfully, the removal of these steps by Phil Mulligan and co of the Peak Park Authority. I use that word in inverted commas because I have certainly never given my consent to their authority over me. But they have made this extremely treacherous for all walkers, and the reason why we put those steps in the first place was precisely because it was a steep, slippery, muddy slope on which several of our people, our co-owners, had slipped, and other people had slipped, and it was one of the first things that we did. Just turn the camera around to give you an idea of the steepness of this. Hiya.
Hello.
So, yeah, all of these authorities completely out of control, needing to be reined in, needing to be reminded that they are public servants and we, the people, pay their wages. So I'm going to end it there. I know I'm looking a bit like a drowned rat, but that's because I washed my hair before I came out, so it isn't completely that I've been rained on. But yeah, so good to have this shamanic cleanse and to be in the healing energy of this natural healing temple at Cressbrookdale. Sending you so much love. Have a great day, and I'll keep you updated. Bye for now.